bent my nose and now I smell weed.
You probably had some extra stored up.
Just like up here.
Right?
Like he just fell and I was like, what the fuck?
Like Charlie Manson.
Like a little puff of smoke came out your...
I just coughed like, I'm like, shit's 3 months old. Like,
Imagine like Bewitched, instead of you doing like this and things happen, you do like this and you get stoned instantly. You know?
I'm just like, oh god.
Guys,
You guys don't smell that? Seriously?
No, I smell it. It's definitely weed.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and smell cigars because there's something about the vents in this place where like
It smells strange. I don't know.
That does smell like weed.
Yeah.
It smells like when somebody turns the heat on for the first time after the entire season. The dust runs off. That's the smell I smell. All right.
or it smells like weed.
Yeah.
It's time for the topic of the week.
Do you live in?
A haunted one.
It's
It's a haunted
it is
one.
haunted.
Filled with weed.
Yeah.
But with no fat ghosts.
Yeah.
No
fat
fat
ghosts.
ghosts. No, they're thin.
I'm just repeating topics from like all of our shows.
I know, right?
Yeah. Topic of the week this week is a pretty big topic. Michelle just got back from a 5-day music festival. I was going to call it something less flattering. Well, it was filled with
Fest,
it was filled with lightning and mud. It was just fucking Woodstock. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I would have wanted to that too.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's so we thought maybe we'd talk about like live music, just in general, just big topic.
That is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, who did you see? Who was down there?
Trey Anastasio band. Guy who sings in Fish, his side band.
Oh.
It's basically all the Allman Brothers. It was like an Allman Brother festival.
Oh, and they travel around to different places, or is
that.
it just in Pennsylvania?
Not even kidding.
Okay,
What?
that's fine.
What did you
It's
say?
fine.
Who's
It's
Fish?
just.
I know who Fish is. I don't think I probably would hear a song if I heard
Nope.
a song.
No.
You actually wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
You
Okay,
wouldn't.
so then I don't know.
No.
And if you did hear it, you'd probably change the station.
Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad.
I'm not a fan of Fish.
Like, is it PI?
You are
Yeah,
all
it's-
alone in this room.
know.
Yep.
Why
No,
did
you
we
know
do
what?
this?
There's
Why
a
did we
lot of
do
it's
this
kind of like
topic?
ICP.
I've seen them 9 times.
It's like
I know
Insane
it's
Clown
9
Posse.
times.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's
likes
insane.
them, but
I
apparently
don't even
they're
think
like,
I have
watched
friends
that.
who have
That
seen them
was
over
9 times.
100
They're
times.
huge.
Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
They're huge, and I understand. It's unfortunately the style of music that I don't like.
What kind of style is it?
It's like jam
Jammy.
band.
Like,
Rusted Roots.
yeah.
I saw Rusted Root live, and it was
I did
the
too.
most weird experience ever.
How perfect! This is the topic of the week.
It was literally
Tell
Good
us
thing we're
about your
talking
Rusted
about
Root
it.
experience.
Tell
Yeah,
me.
really.
This fucking
I'm so
awkward thing.
interested.
I went to the Bull Run Tavern in Shirley or whatever the fuck it is.
I've played at the Bull Run Tavern.
You know where it is? I don't know
Yeah.
where it is, but so yeah, we were there, and Rusted Root was
So
there,
random.
and it was me and Kyle, and we were the youngest ones by at least 30 years. And this drunk lady came up and tried to hook her older daughter and her younger daughter up with me and Kyle.
Wow.
And it was the most awkward thing ever, and
Wow.
it was just
Well,
they
what
were
about-
great
what
live.
about the music?
They were
Yeah.
great
Very
live.
unimportant.
But like-
The story.
but-
Tell us about the girls.
It was,
Now,
also,
yeah.
it was also just weird because like I've never like heard of them, and then I was like, "Is this an Ice Age? This song?" And then everyone's just like, I'm like drunk and 50, and I'm just like, I just want to
Drunk
go home.
and
50.
Like I just was uncomfortable the whole time.
Okay.
Wow, you know, drunken 50 for the first time in my life didn't sound that old.
Yeah, I know, really.
I'm like right around the corner from turning 40. How old
Yeah,
are you?
yeah.
I'll be 37 next month.
Jesus,
Yeah. I mean, for the first time, I was like, 50's
Starting to
not
stress
that
out
far
about
off.
that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, oh, I've got like 7 ulcers.
It's like, oh my God,
It's actually
I'm
bleeding.
concerning.
The
All
ulcers that-
7 of them.
The ulcer is actually bleeding through my belly button. It's like just like
Through the shirt.
just acid is.
You might want to get that
checked.
checked out.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
No,
Well, it
I
happens
went to
around 40.
Ready Med. They said it was okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gave him an X-ray and then gave him the CD with the X-ray. I was like, what the fuck? I was
fine.
like frisbeed it back to her. I'm like, what am I gonna do
You
with this?
frisbee it back to her.
I'm like, fuck off with these X-ray pictures. You should see a nose doctor. I'm like, I know that. I'm here to like, because I was like, is there anything you can actually give to me, like, because like I'm in pain for a week,
Yeah.
and she's just like, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, really.
Fuck.
So
Shannon.
So do you want to fucking Shannon?
Shit.
Do you want to tell us about
That
the?
was the
Do
doctor.
you want to tell us about your festival? I saw you before
Yeah.
we even started the podcast, and you didn't really even tell me much.
I know, it's true. Yeah,
Sitting
I was
it all
so
up.
tired.
You were kind
still
of sleeping,
tired.
actually.
I was
Not kinda.
actually.
Yeah.
I was sleeping. I was napping before the podcast. I just got home from Pennsylvania. The festival was good. There was a lot of bad as well, though.
It's in Pennsylvania.
We parked the car at the bottom of the mountain, and then we were waiting for shuttles, and
it was on the mountain.
It was on the mountain.
And
there was lots of different shuttle buses, and
range.
our shuttle bus forgot that they had to pick up us.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they belong at the festival.
So there's a huge freaking group of people there, and we literally waited 6 hours in the sun, moving our stuff a little at a time. And we have, like, our life with us. We have so much stuff with us.
Sucks.
Including, like, a pop-up tent, which is heavy as shit. Like, everything. So, blistering sun. We did make the best of it, though. Like, we started, like, a drum circle and did music and this and that. Hanging out. We did music, yeah.
We did
music. It was cool, yeah.
For the 4 young children that are out, because most of our audience is, like, probably 12, right?
Roughly.
Yeah.
It's
First concert sounds like shit right now. It's awful, sweating, we're moving.
Yeah. Well,
Generally
once
not
we
like
got
that.
inside, though, it was great.
Generally
like Dark
not
Star
like
Orchestra.
that.
There was a lot of really good bands that played, which kept getting
Fish?
interrupted by but the lead singer from Fish was there.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Little off. I don't know. It was good. It was really muddy.
Yeah.
It was really muddy.
Were there
scary.
2 stages? 1 center stage?
There was 3 stages.
3 stages.
And a water park and zip lines and a lazy river. The lazy river was
park.
awesome.
A muddy
it was
water park?
it was the water park was surrounding the stage, so you can like watch music and go down slides, and it was freaking awesome.
Really,
that part
they
was
sunk
really
a lot
cool.
of money into this thing.
There was a wave pool.
Fish, dude.
Wow.
There was a wave pool.
This wasn't like a little thing, right? Wow.
Who invited you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The thunderstorms were not fun.
You know?
I mean, it sounds rough because it's obviously there's supposed to be like 5 days of music, and it was like a lot of canceled music.
Well,
There's a lot
a lot of
canceled?
a lot of put off music and.
Well, because you can't play in the lightning, right? That's
No, there was this lady. They
was
just
this
kept
lady.
stopping, and this lady came onto the stage, and she was like, "Please remain calm. Everybody move to the closest shelter." And I said this earlier. Any sentence that starts with "Please remain calm" means that something really bad is about to happen.
Yeah,
so
somebody got a clump of their hair ripped out.
yeah, and apparently I'm scared of lightning, and I had no idea. But yeah, when it's right above your head, apparently it's a thing.
Yeah, you're on a mountain during a lightning storm.
Yeah, you know when you try to like count to see how close it is, it was right there.
It's pretty scientific from what I've heard.
So what are your
1
experiences?
Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. The first time I ever did ecstasy was at Great Woods, the Comcast Center. No, she's asking about my. We're talking about live music.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were talking about lightning still.
Yeah, I took ecstasy.
Talking about whatever you want to talk about.
19 years old at a Roger Waters concert at Great Woods, and it may have been the greatest couple hours of my entire life. Yeah, I mean, I like wasn't even like a huge Pink Floyd fan yet, but after that show, I was the biggest Pink Floyd fan ever.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect. Like the weather was perfect. I was with the right group of people. I was with like a few of my very close friends who had also never done ecstasy before. And I'll tell you, you don't ever need to do it after the first time. Kids at home,
Only once.
do it once. Do it once.
I
Don't
never
do it
had,
again.
actually.
Yeah, it's.
You want to?
It's no.
Okay, I just
too old
I
for
pull
that.
out all of
Oh
the
my God.
ecstasies.
Yeah, I would need heart surgery if I did it again.
I don't know if that's
Ecstasy, actually.
Ecstasy, okay.
So and what was great was that like it all kicked in at the same time for all of us. We're all sitting there on the grass.
What does
like,
ecstasy do to you?
it just makes everything feel good, and like you just like you like breathe deeper. Like smoking cigarettes feels better. Drinking water feels.
You can
amazing,
actually see like
maybe.
trails
Yeah.
too sometimes.
Bigger
sometimes you can
bites
get
of
some visuals.
food.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
No, I never have.
I don't want to eat at all when I'm on ecstasy.
Is it similar to
Yeah,
acid or not at all?
No, because
No, it's similar to like Molly.
yeah,
I never did Molly. What's Molly?
it just feels
It's an
good.
upper.
Doesn't Molly
It's a
give
huge
you
body
like
high.
hypothermia?
I never did pills.
One of the drugs gives you hypothermia like as a overdose.
I haven't heard
It's
that.
ecstasy or Molly.
Huh. I mean,
Well, not exactly hypothermia, but like symptoms like hypothermia.
A lot of shaking.
I'm not
and-
sure about that.
What I'll say about the Roger Waters show was that it was perfect. I remember looking at my buddy and being like, that water would be amazing right now. And we like went and bought some water, and I was like, glug, 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 and I was like,
The best.
oh my
thing
god,
in
this
the
is
world.
amazing. I'm like, here, have some water. And like for the rest of the night, we couldn't get enough water. Like, this is the best thing ever.
Which is really good.
And then we
because
discovered that menthol cigarettes are amazing. And the whole time, of course,
Did you chew gum?
with the soundtrack. Oh, I mean everything. We did all the tropes. And but the best thing was
It's like jacking off in the car. You're like, this is amazing.
I love how this
I
entire
love this
topic
right now.
of music has been nothing but the effects drugs have had on them.
yeah. But
That's all it's been so far.
To
Oh,
ra-
it was amazing.
to wrap up that story, the best part was that my buddy and I look at each other and we're like, I bet making out with someone would be awesome right now. And we're like, nah. so we challenged each other. We're like, let's go find some girls to hook up with, right? Yeah. And so so I was like, dude, that girl over there, you should totally go try to hook up with her. So like I stand back and he walks over and he's like, I could see him talking to her, but he was just far
Pick
enough.
up lines like, I'm on Molly. No, I'm on ecstasy.
He was just
Was
far
their
enough.
mother like, here are my daughters?
He was
Here are
just,
my daughters.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, thank you.
It just came from
No, thank
fish.
you. No, thank you.
he was just far enough away where like I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I was like seeing the hand motions and stuff, and I was like in my
So
head
intriguing.
filling in all the words. and so after like I swear a fucking minute of him talking to her, she goes, and I was like, and then he kissed her on the cheek and walked back to me, and I was like,
I didn't count.
epic fail.
Yeah, really.
And he goes, well, what about that girl over there? You go talk to her. And I was like, all right, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm on drugs, right?
I would love to talk to her.
Right? I mean, she was hot, and I think she was with her parents, which was really strange. I walk up to her and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" She's like, "Good." And I was like, "Hey, I'm on ecstasy right now, and like I've never done it before, and everything seems amazing. Water's great, and cigarettes are awesome." And I was like, "And you're really pretty. Would it be like? I think it would be amazing if we like kissed or something." And she was like, "Okay," and like I like leaned in to give her a kiss. And like I was trying to be like real nice about it because we just met 7 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And
We
and
didn't even exchange names. It was
I
fine.
had no idea what this girl's name
Yeah.
is, and like so I like it was like this sweet little passionate kiss, right? All
Fucking
then
Shannon.
in the back, not Shannon. All with Pink Floyd playing in the background. It was like this perfect moment, and like I went to pull away, and she like grabbed the back of my head and pulled me.
Wow.
And it was
As
just
her
like
dad's
Oh my
being
god,
like,
that's
you go,
so
Shannon.
epic.
it was just this thing.
I'm my girl.
Like my buddy
That
was
must
just
have been like the
"What
most
fuck?"
epic moment
Yeah.
for you.
I only when I used to smoke, I wouldn't go out in public because first of all, when I smoke weed,
What happened in the
I
music?
look
The music was great.
Yeah.
though.
Topic of the week:
I look
drugs.
high as shit. Like you guys know, like this eye's just like I went to the bar once when I was super high, and like I thought I was talking to this girl for like 15 minutes, and she wasn't even like I was just talking, and she was just like over there, and then I was just like, oh fuck. Like I'm talking to myself alone in a bar,
and they've already cut you off. You
And
haven't.
then-
already-
One of
Yeah.
those
I didn't even have
people.
any
Stay
There's
away
water.
from this
I
guy.
didn't even serve him yet.
That guy is dumb.
it wasn't even a bar; it was a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, God.
Well, you must have some live concert shows, right? Live
Oh, yeah.
show stories, words,
Words.
words.
Oh, I don't know where to even begin because...
Anywhere that doesn't involve drugs, apparently.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll just go up on that.
Well, yeah, going to shows and then playing shows was fucking great. Going to shows, though, I remember I was 13, Faith No More. My uncle took me. I wanted to go see him. No. So I went to go see him at the Worcester Odd.
Oh, nice.
And
That was great.
they were awesome. And that was it. And, you know, seeing music, like, 'cause you can listen to it on your fucking cassettes or whatever it was. You know, there was back then with the kids. Cassettes, records, CDs.
Mini discs.
But seeing them live, you know, that was totally different.
Yeah.
Because there was this band that we used to like back, you know, I'm not talking big bands, but like local bands. And they were wicked, sludgy, slow, heavy music, just really feedbacky. And it was like, we liked them and they were just mean. And it was, you know, they were coming live to the Middle East. And we're like, oh, we'll go see them. But that's
In
going
Boston?
to be, yeah.
Yeah, I went there once.
I think we were like 16 or 17, and we're like, oh, that's going to be fucking pretty dull. You know, it's just going to be
Dull.
really... But then you see them live, it changed everything. That you re-listening to all this shit and how slow and sludgy it is, now to see how much fucking energy they put behind that, changed everything. They were intense live, and you'd never know that from
Super
CDs and shit. And just so you can catch some awesome shit live music is amazing.
Live music is amazing.
Oh yeah. I miss it.
I
still see shows, but playing it was fun.
There were entire like summers
Open
where
mic.
my friends and I just we went to see every show that came around, like even if it wasn't something we cared about.
Yeah.
Like I went to see, like I don't even really like the Black Crowes, but I was there.
Britney Spears.
But I mean, like I think there was one summer where I saw like 17 bands, and I think almost all of them were at Great Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the best venue ever.
Oh, I should definitely count this summer. I've seen a lot of bands this summer. I'm kind of rolling with that right now.
Rolling
Things
with
have
that.
changed,
Rolling
it
with that.
seems, right? It seemed like, because when we were younger, when I was like a teenager, you know, you could for $5, you go to the WAG, you know, and you could from 1 o'clock in the afternoon
What's the
until
WAG?
midnight, the
That's
Worcester
true.
Artists Group. And they used to have like the White Eagle, and they had one on Harlow Street or whatever. They'd rent out an area. And you could see 10, 12 bands. You'd see, like, you know, local bands. I don't know if you remember, like Dive and Bound and, you know, all these fucking intense bands, Blood, you know, for fucking dollars. And they were all intense and awesome.
Just like this
And then now it seems like you're spending way more money for 1 or 2 bands, you know, but they're also bigger production. It's a whole different ballgame now. And they're all as good. It's not like one's better than the other, but I used to love the personal, closed, you know, fucking local guys. You know, that was awesome.
I miss the espresso bar that was on James
Yeah.
Street.
Yep.
That was great because that was like an under 21 club. You could
We
walk,
painted those walls.
Right
My
on.
buddies.
I remember those walls.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fake mural or
yeah.
like an.
It was an alien and windows and stupid shit.
Yeah. Like the long hallway you had to walk
When they
into.
moved. Yeah.
So like it was great, like being under 21, just have a place to go, like hang out and smoke cigarettes when you could actually do that inside.
Yeah.
And just sit there and like we'd watch like 5 hardcore bands in a row.
Yeah.
And just be like, all right, this is our night.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes and watching
Great times.
really loud music.
Yep. It's
But,
awesome.
yeah.
Being deaf for 2 days, and now here it is, 20 years later. I can't hear shit. I should have worn earplugs. Constant ringing.
Yeah, that was definitely my teenage years.
Yeah.
Just like screamo music, cigarettes, and coffee.
Mhm.
Sounds about right.
And my right ear definitely suffered the most somehow.
Yeah, my left, and that's because my buddy's full stack was here, and the bass was here, so this ear is shot. I had a hearing test, actually, and I remember they put me in a room a couple years ago. This is music and earplugs, why you should wear them. So they put me in a room, because I have constant in my ears. I've had it even when I was a kid. Tinnitus, right? Is that they call it? The ringing in your ears. So
Fish.
they put me in a room
None
with
of us had a reaction.
headphones.
We're like,
Yeah, it's a thing.
Sure.
But they had somebody on the other side of this glass, and they were doing these sounds. And then they show me a graph, and they show, you know, left ear, right ear, and all these numbers. And they're like, you know, 20 was the number where, like, if you were there, you were on the cusp of issues. Below it, you had hearing issues, you know, damage permanent type of shit.
so under 20.
Yeah, under 20. So this year was at like a 22, I forget.
Damn
What this
high.
was a little, and this one was at a 20, and both of them were like this, right, and this one being on the 20, and then it plummeted both of them down, and then came back up a little bit, and she told me this area was synonymous with musicians and earplugs. So that you can't hear those tones.
I wish I had infinite amounts of time to edit this video tonight, because if I did, I would draw lines every time you moved your hand, because you wouldn't be able to see your face anymore.
I
They're just-
totally
Just
saw
like
the
a-
lines too. I was
It's like
there.
an etch a
He's like a
sketch.
savant.
I saw the graph in my mind, and I'm not here anymore. I did not see any amiibos. I saw lines. So we're earplugs.
yeah, definitely. Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
I've never worn earplugs to a concert before. Probably should.
I know. I should.
Probably
I still
should.
don't.
I feel like things like Grey Woods, or what is it called? Comcast Center? What's it?
I don't know what it's changed to.
Yeah, it changed so many
I
times.
still call it the Centrum.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
DCU.
DCU is the Centrum.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in places like, you know, when you're in like a big auditorium or something, it's like not a big deal. But when you go someplace like, I mean, like the fucking espresso bar,
Yeah.
I definitely should have been wearing earplugs.
Yeah.
You're like
Well,
you're like
it's
20
such a
feet away from
closed area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
small area, just like reverberating off the walls.
Coffee Kingdom. I'd seen a show
Coffee
there
Kingdom.
that is the size of this room.
Yeah.
And I'd seen a band play there.
I love
Yeah.
Coffee Kingdom.
Oh,
all my,
yeah, they're
all my
great.
friends worked there at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was like eventually
Did you get
everybody
free
I know.
coffee?
I don't think I ever paid for anything at Coffee Kingdom except for drugs.
Okay.
That
An
was
old
like,
friend of mine's pictures were
That's
the
where
ones
you picked
hanging
up
there.
your.
I think that's
your
the
ecstasy?
only reason that place
Yes.
stuck around so long is
Oh,
because
really?
everyone met up
Do
there
that
and
at
Ah.
a fish
buy
concert.
drugs.
And drink coffee.
So, yeah,
And then buy some fucking bearings at the skate fucking place. Or what was that?
That wasn't
Concrete
Eastern
Wave?
Border. Concrete Wave.
Yeah, that's the one I used to support. Concrete Wave.
Yeah.
Concrete
Eastern
is
Border
still a
with
thing.
like Eastern Border is right.
Yeah, that's still on Shrewsbury Street now.
Yeah, they moved.
Yeah,
I don't
they-
think Concrete Wave is anything anymore.
If you don't
Yeah,
live in
Concrete Wave
Worcester,
is on
this
Gold
doesn't
Star
make any
Boulevard.
sense to you.
What?
Gold Star Boulevard.
What is-
Concrete Wave.
Yeah,
That's another.
I thought
that's a
Eastern
skate
Border
shop?
used to be on Gold Star.
What is-
They
No?
both
what
were.
is that?
Yeah,
Like a house
Concrete
away from
Wave.
each other.
that's
is
so
that?
weird.
Like there's a CVS.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And then like, there's a street.
It's a scam.
There's an apartment building. A
Skate
double
shop.
decker.
Oh wow, that's so
Been
weird.
there for years, yeah.
Beep beep.
I'm trying to think of like other bands I've seen. Like there's been so many great shows. I got my bowl taken away from me at Counting Crows.
Yeah, that's happened.
Real
Oh,
sad
that's
about that.
lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like custom blown for me, like from this dude in California,
That sucks.
and it was like my favorite little bowl ever. And my buddy had brought it back from California for me, and he was like, "Here," he's like, I told him exactly what how you wanted it, and like the colors filled in and everything. And there I was smoking with my friends at Counting Crows, which I still love to this day. Their first 2 albums were amazing. This police officer came up, and police officers, like security guy.
Yeah.
And
Got that boy.
and the girl that was standing next to me was like, "Oh, I can't give it to you. You can take our weed, but you can't take the bowl." And the guy was like, "I need to take it all." And I was like, and I almost I was standing there watching the whole thing, and I don't know why I just didn't grab it and run. It was
Right?
one of those like.
Right.
You could,
the
you
crowd.
could, you could beat 'em.
Well, 'cause
Gone.
I was high. I was
Yeah.
like, I was
Kaiser
like, didn't
Sose.
want to cause waves.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I really like about music festivals, though, is you can just kind of do whatever you want, and security people are walking by constantly, and they don't care. I actually saw a security guard by I'm not sure what off of somebody over the weekend. They were just like crouching down on the ground, and they were just having this little drug deal, and it was just a security guy. It's like, all right.
I mean, like you said, it was like the EMTs and everybody are there. They did make sure
Well, yeah.
everybody's safe, right? Everybody's
And that's
okay.
all that they're there for.
Yeah.
Like everything else, it's pretty free game. I mean, people drinking beer in the pool, like, and it just doesn't matter.
That doesn't
Smoking
sound
pot in the pool, which
safe.
is nice too. Yeah. Well, they
Were
shouldn't
there
put a
a lot
water
of
park. They
water-based
shouldn't put a
Pokemon
water
there?
park into like a hippie
Yeah, were
concert.
there
Then.
Pokemon there? Did you check?
Did
for
you check?
Pokemon?
I didn't get GPS. I tried.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my GPS wasn't working. Yep.
Your
I did
GPS
try
was
in
all
my tent.
fucked up on something, huh?
It was wicked high.
GPS not found. Yeah. it was like,
GPS
no,
Not found.
I don't know where we are.
GPS,
GPS
is
was
in
fucked up on
space.
GHB.
Yeah.
You turn on the phone, it just says GHB instead of GPS. On that awful joke,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
you're making this goodbye real heartfelt.
I'm sorry.
Right? So just again want to say goodbye to Brett and to thank you for all your loyal service over the last year or so.
It's been fun. It's
It
been a
has
great
been.
time.
been
Like I
good.
said, I'm still gonna come back if you guys need me.
I obviously haven't known you quite as long.
Jeremy's not going to be here next week. Do you mind filling in?
Yeah,
Next week?
I'm not gonna be here next week.
I might be able
Actually,
We got people. I'll see if you want to do it. It'd be funny if we said goodbye to you this week.
And then
and
it's
then
Just
all of a sudden
right
next
back.
week
It's
I'm
like,
right
just
there
kidding.
again.
I'm actually here.
Actually kidding. It was Jeremy's last day.
Fooled you.
Yeah.
For the Midnight Games Cast, my name's Brian Paul.
Jeremy. King.
Michelle.
And Brett.
We'll see you next week.